Hi, hello. What am I supposed to say? You know, for the longest time, it's always been just me posting videos, no voice, just me posting videos with text on the bottom of the screen, if there's any text at the bottom. But now that I've put the mic to my face and I'm talking to myself, it feels weird. I'm still not used to this, so bear with it. But yeah, this is the voice reveal that I promise at 1,000 subscribers. And that's pretty much it. Next is 10,000, where I show my hand or something. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm not too sure if I should set another goal, because I'm not sure if I want to set another goal that's going to be another subscriber milestone, considering that 10,000 is usually the next reward or goal to most people. So I wouldn't really think about it now, not until the future, if it so calls forth. But right now I'm just going to stick with this. So yeah, if you wanted to know the voice behind the channel, then here it is. I'm not sure if your opinion of me is very good or not, considering that most people have been wondering what I am, such as being a boy or girl. Some people probably hoped that I was a girl, but sorry to break it to you, but a lot of the players of houkai and Genshin and GGZ are primarily male, so sorry to break it to you if you had been hoping for something else, but I hope you'll stick around with me regardless. You know, I've always wanted to try this where people would guess my actual name based on the voice, because there have been times where you'd hear a voice on the internet and just assume a name. So I wonder what your guys' responses are hearing to this kind of voice. Alright, now we're moving on to the Q&A section of the video. So I've already compiled a list of questions. I've made a Google form where people can submit their questions and I would answer it. So let's just go through the YouTube ones first, if there's any. There's not that much, but let's answer the first question. So, obviously, Sachimi, my good friend of mine, he's asking, who is my cutie patootie, and has a cat heart emote. So yeah, Sachi, if you don't know, is a good friend of mine. We talk a lot about the guild matters. He's usually offline nowadays. He's someone who understands the GGZ community, someone I respect. And yeah, if you wanna DM him and say he's great, you can do that. Alright, next question is by Tua Malo, and they're asking, will you marry me? Are you sure about that? You're asking someone online for their hand in marriage. That's very... I don't know why someone would ask that, but I would have to respectfully decline. I'm sorry. Alright, next question. Hersher Fuhua asks, can you make a GGZ video about which is the top or the best badges use on the characters or weapons? Well, usually in the Foxgirl server there is a channel about meta guides and pictures where you can see what items are meta and what characters are used for this certain metas. You can see which character pairs up with which weapon or meta, and it's very much updated. I am not the best option to ask questions about badges use, mainly because I just go look at some badges, read their info, and just save the image of the badge into my memory, not remembering much of the text, but I would just see what the weapon uses are. It's best to go to the wiki where all the item info is and just use a Google translator to translate the info, or you can use the English patch in the Foxgirl server. Alright, next up we're moving on to the Google form. Here where I was asking, or not asking, but just made a Google form, sent it to the Foxgirl server, and also another YouTube post, but just wanted to get more questions so I can answer them. So far I only got 11, but that should suffice. So the first question is, what is your ideal person? Well, they have to be mentally unstable, that's for sure. Well, my ideal person would also have to accept me being lazy at times, I guess. They try to maximize their efficiency, they value time, they have white hair, and I'm joking. Next question is, how old are you? So I recently answered that question in a post when I posted about my birthday, but if you wanted to really know, then it's 21. Alright, next question is, are you a simp? In all caps. Simp of who? Q-Shot. That's the only one. Only person I'd be a simp for, realistically. Next question is, how about creating a guild in Chinese GGZ? Well, first of all, I play in the JP servers, so having to create an account in Bilibili would be a arduous task. I'm not one to ask for help unless someone was offering. Then I'd probably make a video about it so that other people can create an account and play on the Chinese servers. Alright, next question. Someone just wrote Audrey. Audrey who? Next question is, do you think MiHoYo will make a skin for Kyusho? Well, they already made a Fire Moth skin for her. After you finish Fire Moth DLC, you get a free skin. Though, I still hope that they would make another skin for her at some point, but realistically, they probably wouldn't. Next question is, how can I get top 1 in Stein event? Usually someone in the guild or in the server who can answer that question for you, as they're usually in the top 10 of these ranked events in the Chinese servers. I'm not usually in the top 1 of a Stein event. That's too much work. It's not really my expertise, though I would just say to stick to many builds, go for the meta, because that's what it's all about. Next question, or questions, someone asked, or if Kyusho ever got to Houkai Star Route, what would you think or wish her path, element, and kit revolved around? Well, I haven't thought about her kit much, but in my opinion, she would be either physical, fire, quantum, or lightning. Her path would be destruction or the hunt. One of the two. I wouldn't accept any other path because I would want her to be a DPS. Her kit can have her skill, change her weapons, and advance forward, and her basic attack is enhanced to that weapon she switched into. It would most likely be a different mode switching mechanic. Her ultimate could be something like Godslayer or Salvation, that would be the name. She would have talents that would be able to shred enemy res, resistance, or deal true damage, which is not a mechanic in Houkai Star Rail, but I would hope they would implement that to make her OP. If she were released in Houkai though, Houkai Impact 3rd that is, her kit could be similar to her Share of Sentience, because she had 3 interchangeable weapons in Fire Moth DLC. And the second question is, would I E6 S5 her? Well, that depends if I have the budget for her. The budget, but most likely no. Just get her light cone and then max her talents. I hope you don't think less of me because of that, because we all have our circumstances. So next question is, why did you start playing GGZ? Well, it goes way back to playing games like Houkai Impact 3rd and Genshin Impact and just other gacha games. And looking up the history of MiHoYo, I saw that they made a game called Guns Girls, and so I played on the C servers without knowing that there was 2 applications to download, which was the global or the C servers. I ended up playing on C, ended up liking it a lot. It was pretty fun going into a new MiHoYo gacha game. So yeah, I started playing shortly before the announcement of the closing of the C and global servers. So that was a pain to witness, but I then moved on to playing on the JP servers, and that's where I met Sachimi and the Fox Girl Discord. where Sashimi was posting recruitment notices on the chat, just a general chat in the game. Ended up seeing it and applied. Yeah, that's about it when I started playing. Next question is another "Will you marry me?" I presumably it's the same person as the YouTube comment, and I would have to respectfully decline, so I'm sorry. The next question is, what's your favorite GGZ chapter, arc / story? Well, I did enjoy Fire Moth DLC a lot, mainly because Kyusho was the protagonist of that. I loved playing the stages and learning about this world that she was entrapped in. But if I had to say, I guess Reborn chapter is probably the most interesting, because the retrospect arc was very confusing as the translations weren't that good. Now that I'm here, I guess I can answer some general knowledge questions about my channel, such as favorite videos, the future, and other things such as how did I come up with my channel name or brand. And you know, you look at my name and it's Nyx Crimson, and you might think, oh, this is a person who likes crimson, the red, or something like that. But so Nyx can mean nothing, crimson mainly because I like the word, and crimson can represent the color red, blood, rage, wrath, stuff like that. Another question I can answer is what's my favorite video, and it had to be the Art Collection Volume 1 in Honkai Impact 3rd. When that arrived, I had a lot of fun and struggles recording and trying to upload that. Something else I've learned from content creation is the experience of having to just whip up OBS just to record your first instance of playing a new event or story or pulling for a new character. So yeah, that's a habit I integrate into myself as a content creator. The future goals or plans for the channel, well, I'm not too sure. I might stick around for the future, but I'd still upload my usual polls or something interesting happening in GGZ or Honkai or Star Rail if I get any content to upload, considering that I don't play the story right when it comes out or an event right when it comes out, and I usually let myself a couple days to relax and go at my own pace. Some hobbies or interest of mine outside of content creation is just video editing on Premiere, or going into Photoshop and doing stuff like creating emotes or editing emotes and making GIFs, or just making stuff for the channel or my own passion. I'm not sure either if I would like to upload things outside of GGZ, Honkai, and Star Rail, other games that I've been playing. There's also the question of collaborations with other channels, but considering the lack of GGZ channels in GGZ, but Honkai channels there are, but who would want to collab with me? So being realistic here, I'd probably collab with a GGZ content creator if possible. If they hit me up and we can schedule something, that'd be fun, because you know, sometimes you got no friends, the usual. But yeah, that's about it. Remember to comment what you think of my voice, or whatever reminds you of, or it doesn't remind you of anything, or just something to correlate it with if it's recognizable or not. Also, very sorry for not being consistent with the weekly upload. I had some IRL stuff, and stress and a lot of anxiety came up. It's what happens when you're an adult, so please understand. But I'm not one to share my emotions with just random people on the internet, but maybe it's just me in general, where I don't ask people for help, or me trying to figure everything out myself can be frustrating at times. Alright, I'll see you all next time. Bye.